So recently, the FDA approved a drug, specifically CBD. Um, they call it Pedialex, and it's supposedly natural, comes straight from the plant. It's not synthetic, so it's not made in the lab, I guess, supposedly. And they say it has, it has a liver warning on it, but they say that the studies they did showed liver damage, similar to like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, aspirin, Tylenol, things like that. And one of the first things that came to my mind was, sometimes plants often have toxic precursors. So like CBD might be a slightly toxic precursor to the non-toxic THC. And in the plants that other than like the hemp plants, because I've been getting like some hemp bud, and that has like 15 to 20% CBD and almost no THC. And I don't really like to smoke it without like some extra oil on there, some extra THC oil. And I don't even like to take the dabs either, because it actually does give me kind of a toxic feeling, like I need to go lay down or something, and it makes me dizzy feeling. It's kind of strange. Small dabs I like, big dabs of the CBD oil I don't like. And then I could take a giant dab of THC oil, like some wax or some like I got some what was that, live resin. I got some of that live resin recently. That's pretty good stuff. And that has almost no CBD in it. But that's just my experience with it. And it doesn't seem all that toxic, like I say. And but another example of that would be like tyramine to mescaline. If you've ever heard of like peyote and San Pedro and stuff, there's a lot of tyramine in there, and that's kind of toxic, especially with like an MAOI. And but then mescaline doesn't seem to be toxic much at all, just like CBD with THC. So it might be the case, but in all honesty, the counter argument, there's other studies, many of them, and a lot of them are recent, within the last 10 years, that say actually the opposite, that it has like, and they're from independent studies that show reparative, protective qualities, and I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Like, and obviously there's the question, does the FDA have like a conflict of interest or something, Like I don't like to get into that kind of thing, but there is the possibility there. And now on the other hand, it could be just the fact that the liver damage warning could be just kind of like covering your own ass kind of thing. There's a slight possibility, because like as some people know, that certain bacteria can turn a chemical in food into a highly prized chemical that helps the body. But if a different bacteria or an enzyme react with it, then it can actually have an opposite effect. That's the reason why a healthy gut flora is pushed so much these days. Just like how candida overgrowth can be so bad, and honestly, on all these, CBD to bacteria, all need further study. So it's somewhat inconclusive quite yet in my mind, because it's a 50-50 thing. Just because one study by the FDA says it doesn't discount all the other studies. So that's why some of these things you really have to come in with critical thinking. You can't just take it for face value. Like a lot of these studies, you have to read over it and see what it actually says. I mean, because like I say, like I show in the video here, there's quite a bit out there showing that CBD can help. Let me try another one. I'll try CBD PubMed liver damage. Let's see that. CBD for liver disease. Yeah, see, I mean, there's Cannabidiol improves brain and liver function in a fulminant. Further work is required to reveal the exact mechanisms of the manner by which liver damage is related to dysfunctional damage in the brain. And studies use antagonists of the A2A adenosine receptors, which are potential targets of CBD that may mediate its anti-inflammatory effect. See, so I mean, there still needs to be a lot more studies done on these, and on bacteria and how our gut flora can affect it. You know, it says when it comes to liver damage caused by alcohol consumption, CBD can protect the liver from being damaged. Even more, reducing the autophagy and oxidative stress triggered by alcohol intake. But the use of CBD in managing cirrhosis goes further than protecting the liver and aiding in getting its functions restored. Wow, see, so, I don't know, it's kind of strange. Obviously, there needs to be a lot more studies done on this subject. It's inconclusive in my mind. And, you know, if it works for you, if you feel it works for you, and you're being non-biased about it, you know, there you go. But if there are some people like that can't handle THC, that can't handle CBD, and you know, you should probably just go with what your body's telling you.